So, hey, Mary Beth, how are you doing? Gotta plug
I'm good.
in to the right end. So of the homework, of the 4 problems this week, 816 seems like it's 3 times the work of the others. And that's just how it is sometimes. So I did send out, and on the video, I had said to not worry about the reducing the fractions. And then as I thought about that, I thought that probably the point that you should worry about that last makes sense to me. But we probably should worry about it. Okay, so what I've done on the video that I posted, so you can watch that, is that I've created this rational class. Only if I can spell. Okay, and the rational class is going to have an integer. Oh, my pen's messing up. Integer for the numerator and integer for the denominator. Okay, we're going to basically model fractions here. I don't know why I'm dripping digital ink all over the place. Okay, so what the problem asks us to do, and what we normally do, is make these private. If you make them private, then you have to set up the set num and the get num, and same for the denominator. Okay, so for the example I posted, I didn't do that. I just made this public. You can always do that to be quick and dirty, but it's not what you want to turn in. So that freed me from having to deal with all of that stuff to get to what I wanted to talk about, which was reducing fractions. Okay, and this is the kind of thing that if you teach, as I say in the video, if you teach teach fractions to elementary school kids, you're probably ahead of the game, because we internalize how fractions work, and we don't think about how they really work. Okay, so the idea here is if you're going to take a fraction like 4/16 and you want to reduce it, okay, we would just look for do a prime factorization probably, or just do it in our heads, okay, to get to 1/4. But what we can do, what my video talks about, is that we can make a quick GCD function, the greatest common divisor we've talked about before. And you look at the GCD of the numerator and the denominator, and that's going to give you, okay, in this case, it's going to return a 4. So if you then let the numerator equal the numerator divided by that GCD, that's going to give you the 1/4, which is correct. Okay. So the video I have kind of sketches that out, how to do that simplification. Okay. And then you're going to put that simplification into your rational class, so you can simplify right on the fly. Okay. And then for the rest of that problem, if you're adding 2 fractions together, okay, normally when you're doing that, you're going to want to look for some kind of a common factor on the bottom, but you don't need to do that. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out there, that the way you would add them is that you're going to multiply. You want your factor on the bottom, what you know is going to work is d1 times d2. No matter what, that's going to work. Something smaller may work, but that's going to work. Okay, so to add together, you're going to take an n1 over d1. You're going to multiply it by d2 over d2, which is, of course, is 1. Okay, then it's going to be plus the n2 over d2. You're going to multiply it by d1 over d1. Okay, which is going to give us the same denominator. Okay, and then you'll be able just to add this across to get your answer. Okay, so it's basically going to be n1 d2 plus n2 d1 over d1 d2. Okay, and then if you simplify that, that's going to get your answer. Okay, so rather than trying to, students sometimes with the addition want to find the best factor, the smallest factor, and go through a whole lot of manipulations that you just don't need. You just don't care. The d1, d2 is a common, you can make both fractions into that, and you can absolutely work it that way. Then do your simplification. Again, the computer's doing the simplification, not us, so we don't worry about making it more complicated. Okay. Now on the multiplication, you don't care about that, but you certainly, And again, on that problem, remember that even though we're doing something like n over d, and it looks like that to us, it's really just, whatever our rational number is, dot n, rational number dot d. They're two separate values, so you can do with them whatever you want. Okay. So I'm not sure if that helped or hurt, but I think that's the more challenging of the problems to get straightened out. Okay. So what else do you want to talk about? It may be the Tuesday sessions are quick because no one has questions yet. And if that's the case, we can, I'm not sure when else we can do anything, but we can try something else.
I don't know if this would work in the future. If you, well, we're always going to know that we'll have the next chapter because we're just doing a chapter at a time, correct?
Yes, we know the schedule to the end, basically, yes.
So I don't know if it would work if you could post the assignment problems like on Sunday. So if we started reading it.
Did not post that on Sunday?
I didn't see it until late yesterday, but
that's weird.
I mean, I checked.
I know I wrote it down in the book on Sunday. Now I may not have posted it till Monday, but my intention was to post it on Sunday to give you more time.
Because I was looking, back to get grades and stuff like that, but.
Yep.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of new material in this chapter, I don't think. I mean, the enumerations are new, and enumerations are weird. I just read that and didn't think about it, so I'll read it again closer. Enumeration's more like it's a separate class. You make a separate file for it. It's much like a struct in C++ or C. So yeah, that's a structure you create in advance and then use it in your programs. So one of the homework problems has you do that, and you set it up just like a class. And then the other thing is the big decimal. And the big decimals are a little strange as well. And one thing I found, if you're interested, if you go to docs.oracle.com, there's a whole bunch of stuff about the different stuff that you can do in Java, because Java is owned by Oracle now. Okay, so this just gives more information, and there's documentation for all of this. Explain what it's doing, what the point is, but more importantly, it's going to have things like the field summary. So the example in the book uses this big decimal .1, okay, and that's going to give you a value of 1. The scale refers to how many decimal places, the precision level that you're going to the right of the decimal point, basically. So you would do that to get the 1, okay. Then there's some other fields that you have there, and then there's the constructors when we're creating them, and then finally there's some methods, and the book uses this value of, which is down here somewhere. There's a value of, yeah, value of, which takes a long value and turns it into the big decimal. Okay. So if you need more information about that, you can probably just look at the book example, and I think that one asks you to take the account class from section 3.4 and rewrite it with big decimals instead of integers or floats or whatever they use. And that's all you do there. You can probably just take it from the book, but if you need more information, it's certainly out there. And that's kind of it for that chapter. There's not much new there, okay? But it's important because next chapter we're heading to, in chapter 9, is on inheritance, okay? So when we get to inheritance, we're going to have to be able to design, and we'll be talking about classes, not applications. So you design a class, and then you inherit or specialize that class. So you could do a rectangle class that you could inherit a square from, okay, because they're the same thing, or even a shape class that a rectangle would inherit from, a square would inherit from that. So there's lots you could do. You could have an employee class as a super class with like hourly would inherit from employee, and maybe salary would inherit from employee. So there's a lot we're going to get into with classes. So chapter 8 is the opportunity to make sure that we understand what we're doing with the classes and why we're doing what we're doing, okay? And also to make sure we have this whole idea of static. Static's really important, and in Java in particular, more than other languages, because of the whole, we have classes and class applications. So that's where we're headed. what else do you want to talk
Um,
Well, why don't we then, if people don't have direct questions, why don't I pick another problem from the homework that's not, that I didn't assign, but one that I could.
similar to something that we are doing?
Let's see if there's a good one for that. Complex numbers going to be too much like the other one. Where's a good one needed? It's just the right amount of stuff.
Can I ask you if I've gotten a good, the correct start for the 8.4?
You can.
Okay,
You should be able to.
I'll share screen. I know there's like, I've heard you say there's multiple ways to do things, but
There are.
I think that's where I struggle. Like there's no set formula. Like there is, but there isn't. Like with sometimes I think. All right. So at the top, I've got my variables there. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Okay.
The problem you have right off the bat is that it's a class, so there's no main method at all. So just get rid of that.
Okay, and there's no scanner and there's no import.
No. Nope.
Okay. I should have remembered that. Sorry.
And then that's going to make you at least one too many brackets. We can worry about that then. Yeah, so you've got, now one thing you'll have to do on 9 and 10, you want to make this private.
Okay. Okay.
Class, you have to have the scope specification. Okay.
And then I need to, for the constructor, I need to put public and the name of the and the name of the class.
Yes.
With integers in parentheses?
Integer and integer width, yes.
What did you say?
You need an integer for length and an integer for width.
Yes. Okay. Public, right? Public?
Yeah, you've got
Because
to.
variables are private?
Yes. You've
Okay.
got to, I would get rid of that bracket on line 14 because you don't need that.
Oh, okay.
It's just in the way.
Right. I don't know. I must have had that in there for something earlier. But
So you want it to be public or no one could ever get to it. Okay, so it's going to be public, name of the class.
yeah, sorry, I got that going. Let me get rid of that. I've typed some stuff. I was trying to prepare myself because that's what I wanted to do with these extra days is to, sorry, y'all. Okay. Area length and integer width. And then I need a bracket.
Yep.
For that. Okay.
Yep.
And
Hit enter, you can still get another bracket.
I feel like I need to, okay. Another bracket here, not at the end?
Yeah, it'll be at the end, but I like to put them in when I'm there. Because you don't want to put the area, that's going to be a separate function.
Okay, okay.
This is just.
Yes, I thought that went with that for some reason.
Oh, that'll be a separate one.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So now you can go back up and actually put some lines before that.
What have I left out? I started with my variables.
No, you're good. Just go in front of the bracket on 15, hit enter a couple times to give yourself some room.
Oh, gotcha.
Before the bracket, not after.
Oh, before.
We're right there. That works too. Yeah.
Just
'Cause
for visually to make it pretty, right?
Yes. And also you got to put some stuff in there, right? In the rectangle with int length and int width, you have to set the length equal this length equal the length.
Okay.
This
So
width
did I get ahead of myself there on 18 then?
yes.
Okay,
You'll do that in a minute, but we're not there yet.
okay. All right, gotcha. Okay, and did you like to just, no, you said to use this, because I know Christina mentioned that if you didn't use the same name, you could take that part out.
I'm okay either way. I tend to use something different, but it's okay that way as well.
Okay. And have I? And I apologize to anybody that's here and.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay.
On 9 and 10, she's got doubles, and on
Oh yeah, you're correct.
14, she's got integers.
Yep, that's not going to work.
Does that cause an issue?
Yep, and it should be integers all along. So 9 and 10 need to change to int.
Okay.
Programming's so much easier with the crowd looking at you. It really is. No, not change that. Yeah, change
Yes, this is what I wanted though.
As long as they're
it's
not
kinda
over
like-
your shoulder.
I guess that's kind of like somebody helping you with your homework, but I'm still at that stage.
It's okay.
Okay, so
So that's one constructor. But see, it says in the problem that you have to default it to 1. Okay, if they don't enter anything.
yes, I didn't yeah, okay. Wasn't understanding how to do that really.
Yeah, there it seems like there's a way that the book mentions stuff briefly and never again. It seems like you can make it default to 1.
Yes, I typed that word in and it came in purple on the exam. And so I thought, oh, I'm on the right track, but I didn't know how to finish it.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's at. Let's see. Anybody remember how we do that?
I ran
think-
out of
okay.
time.
I remember how to do that. I think you just say int length equal 1 in your constructor. And
Oh,
then
okay.
after that. So right in your
So
parameter,
this length,
Nope,
then you,
up in
no.
the up one line.
Okay, here?
Yeah.
And then I just set it equal to 1?
Yep.
I didn't, okay.
And then also for the width, same thing.
Yeah.
Is that gonna work?
Does it,
That may not work. What error does it
what is
give?
it saying?
I thought that's how you did that.
Multiple, well, it's just syntax, so it could have been something that, I know there's no
It was okay before. so
semicolon.
I'm happy with something.
Should it be in, no, it's not a string. It shouldn't be in parentheses or anything.
No, let me see if I can figure out how to, I think the book mentioned it. Okay. Default parameters.
Method.
Now just tell me what I want it to tell me. Don't you hate when you read a whole page of stuff and it doesn't tell you anything?
That happens to me quite often.
It's not dealing with methods. I want, oh, no, they're not optional. This is if I programmed in Java every day, I would know this, but I don't. So I gotta look at it.
Can you put that equals 1 up in the variable, up in the lines 9 and 10?
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe.
Can you put the private int length equals 1 up in the variable declaration? Yeah, on lines 9 and 10. No, just equals 1.
Oh, okay.
It looks like
And no
parentheses
semicolon,
at all.
since I'm putting it as equals, no semicolon on the first line, just a comma on like 9?
No, I
No?
think you're right.
Okay.
I think you're right there.
No one has an answer to my question, which makes me unhappy.
And
I'm
then get
sorry,
rid of,
I don't remember where it was at, but I remember reading it.
Yeah, it's real random
then-
book.
And I couldn't, in my mind, I just couldn't get the if else going, so I was just trying to put a
and then get
statement in
rid of the
there.
equals 1 on both of length and width on row
14.
Yep. Just get rid of the 1 also.
Oh. Why is, oh shoot,
Oh,
why
not
is
all of
that?
it.
Okay, all they're doing is the other thing I was going to do, which is not exactly the correct. I'm sorry, I was away, so let me come back to where you guys are at. So now I've lost you. Gotta find you again. There we go. Okay, so what?
Jude, I was gonna ask Jude,
that
I understand that I could set the variables equal to 1. I didn't read the error there when you told me to get rid of it in 14. Why did I need to get rid of it in 14?
Honestly, I was flying by the seat of my pants.
Okay,
I see
I
where you're
like
going.
that answer. Okay,
But what I was going to do, which is I guess what we're going to have to do, so create a default constructor that sets them both equal to 1. So don't set them equal to 1 at 9 and 10.
don't,
No.
oh,
So just put, yeah, get rid of the 1 too.
oh,
Just have
yeah. Are you all doing this on purpose? Because I'm
to.
already confused.
Okay, so you've got the constructor at line 14 that lets you
Yes.
set them both. Now do another constructor. We're going to overload the constructor. So go to the end of line 17 and hit enter. Okay, do public rectangle and then a bracket, or sorry, parentheses. Just open and close.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, then put your brace. Okay, hit enter. Okay, and you're just going to say length is equal to 1 and width equal to 1. An H on the end.
Oh, sorry.
Length is a dumb word. There are too many random consonants that don't.
Well, I knew that, but you know, I have an audience, so I think that makes me nervous in
It
my
makes
typing.
typing hard, yes. Need semicolons on both of those.
Okay, yes, because it's a constructor, sorry. Now, why did we do that?
Okay, now hit enter and do one more bracket.
Why did we have that additional constructor?
Because we now have 2 constructors. If we say rectangle 3, 4, it's going to set the length to 3 and the width to 4. If we just say create a rectangle, it's going to make it 1, 1.
To input length and to input
I would just say
the,
set length and width to 1.
okay.
And you do one more bracket on line 22. A closing bracket. Okay.
Okay, and then I was doing, may have done this. What was I doing here? I was getting ready for my set and get, and I don't know why I put that.
Yeah, I typically do constructors, then accessors, then mutators. It doesn't really matter, but that just keeps me in a flow. So I'm always doing the same thing.
Okay, I don't know why.
I would just leave that for now, not worry about it.
Okay,
Back up to line 22 at the end of it. Hit return a couple times. Now make a comment, you can do your accessors. Okay, so we've got length and width, so we're going to need a get length and get width, right?
right. I don't know why I put that in there. Public, oh, I was gonna do set area. Okay,
Which we'll do in a minute,
okay.
but I
Oh,
wouldn't.
I'm doing my get first. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
So public int get length.
Capital L. So people know what you're doing.
Okay, and
Okay.
fine.
And all the accessors do is going to be return length. That's it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'll have to look at my notes each time to remember all these steps.
I do until I remember. There needs to be a small L.
Oh, okay.
I know, I just said capital L, now I said small L.
Okay, so tell me why. Because
Because
I
I'm
think
doing
I've
it-
been doing capitals with both
Yeah, because
to match the variable.
variables usually have small letters by default. That's what we should do. But something like get length, we use the camel caps. Length is a separate word. So we capitalize the first letter of every word in our variables or in our method names. So it's get capital L length, but the variable is just length.
Okay.
And then hit enter.
And now I need a bracket.
Get
and
rid of
now-
it just like that. In fact, I would cut and paste it.
No, okay, another one for width. Gotcha.
Looks just like that.
And then change my,
You got a bracket in the wrong spot, but you got a dangling bracket. Go to end of 26, hit enter, then put another bracket.
oh, I thought I put one in there.
You did, but it goes the other way. Hit enter first though.
Okay,
So it looks really funky. There you go.
okay. Bless me, all right. Okay, thanks for hanging in there with me, Jude and Mary Beth.
So that's your accessors.
Okay,
So now you
and
got your
then,
for next.
okay, and then I can do, did I get rid of it? Public void set, do I do set area? Because that's what I'm trying to obtain. And with a capital A,
No, I would just to tell you what to call it, I would just say area. Because area is not a variable. And you're not setting the area, you're just determining the area. So I would either call it calculate area or I would just call it area with a small a.
Okay.
But you still need your mutators. You haven't added your mutators yet. At least make a note, a comment there on line 33 that you need to add the mutators.
I thought that's what I was doing.
Nope.
Next.
Nope.
What am I doing next?
What you're doing are those other
I
functions,
thought I was doing all the get and set, which were
but you started going to the
Accessors.
area, which was something else it asked for.
I'm sorry, would you repeat that?
I don't know why you're doing area. Does it say to do area? Let's see.
Well, because that's in my mind to get the area, it's length times width, so that's what I was naming, or that's what I was gonna set it to area so that,
Yeah,
I
you
guess I'm still using my variables, length and width for the set.
you need to set those independently. And then once you've done the accessors and mutators, then you go to whatever special things you have. The special things you have are the area and the perimeter. So you're not there yet.
Okay, so am I doing my sets now?
You're doing your sets, yes.
Okay, so I'm setting it to the same variables.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I should have put integer.
Yep, you have to send it something.
Integer length with a
Yep.
capital?
Nope. When it's by itself, it's not a capital. It's only when it's part of a bigger word that you make it a capital.
Okay, camel casing. Okay.
Yep.
Note to self. I'll try to remember it. Okay, don't need any semicolon or anything. Bracket.
Nope, brackets,
And
yep.
then my this again, like this length.
Yes.
This dot length equals,
Mhm.
and then length.
Yep.
Okay.
Spelled length wrong. That's okay.
That's okay.
I do.
Sorry.
I always am doing that.
Well, I do better with that, but I've just got too many things on my mind because I'm looking back at my formatting so I can make sure that I'm not forgetting anything.
So hit enter and do one more bracket.
Okay, that's right. This, okay, and
Now
then I
that's
do
done.
another one for width so I can copy and paste.
Yep, yep.
Okay. This is why it takes me so long, because it's not ingrained in there.
Yeah, it will. It takes a while, but
Can I ask, and you might not be able to say, like what company, when you said you were, I think I did spell it right. When you were a programmer, who did you work for? Like somewhere local, or did
no,
you?
I lived in Kentucky at the time. I worked for insurance companies and financial services companies. I worked for a company called Capital Holding for a while, out of Louisville, which doesn't exist anymore. And then I worked for American Community, which is a health insurance company that also doesn't exist anymore in Michigan. So then I worked at Morehead State University as a programmer for a while too. And one more bracket there.
Oh, okay, to close it up.
What's it unhappy with on line 34, out of curiosity? Highlight the error and see what it says.
It says duplicate methods, set length.
Oh, because you didn't rename 37 yet.
And you also have length and 30.
Oh, see, thank you.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Jude?
You also have length on at the first part of 38.
Okay, thank you. All right,
Okay, so it's done. So far, so good.
okay, and now
Now you're ready.
I'm ready to test.
Now you're ready for the area.
Okay, now I can put those in. Oh, okay, I thought maybe they weren't needed or something. All right, so these are methods.
These are other methods.
So that the user inputs the information, right?
I don't know what that means.
Well, not really. I mean, it's a print.
No, it's not going to print. You don't want it to print. That's another good point. It
I
should.
know that's in the
It should
test.
return.
But when I see that system.out.print, and I guess I should put an F there, right?
You don't know. You
Or
don't
should
even
I
know.
put double?
You should delete that whole line.
Oh,
All this is going to do, this is going to return the area. You can print it however you want it. You can do that. in
okay.
text. But
To get rid of it?
But you have to have you don't have a header for it yet. So you have to go to the end of line 40, hit enter.
End of line.
Yeah, this is going to be a public int area, but it takes no parameters. Okay, now you hit an opening bracket.
And then it's
I
got
wouldn't
the
set area. I would just return directly. Instead of putting a variable and wasting all that effort, just say return length times width.
okay.
If you set a variable, that would be okay, but you don't have to. Just do a return instead of the variable. You'll be okay. Now where area is, replace area. Don't have area wrong.
Oh, okay. Okay, don't get rid of area, and I'm putting return length times width.
And no equal.
Okay.
Yep, semicolon, and then delete the whole line. Delete everything.
Do what?
Delete the rest of that line. You're good.
Oh, okay.
And
So
get
I need to do the same for the parameter thing I've got going on down there.
do you have
Need a
a
semicolon on that line.
yeah? You got a colon.
Oh, I thought, sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you see the parameter or perimeter, not parameter, perimeter. Again, you've got to say public int perimeter. That bracket,
Get rid of some of that.
yeah, bracket goes nowhere. 51 should die.
Okay, getting rid of all that and doing it like the other one.
Okay, yep.
And then I can tab over return.
You do your brackets, curly brackets.
What,
Yeah, curly bracket.
where? I haven't, to start it?
Yep.
I don't think I used one in line 41.
You put it on a separate line. You put it on 42, which you can do.
Oh, I didn't even notice I did that. Was it just there?
So you put it there.
Oh, whoever watches this is gonna get a good laugh. Okay. Okay, return, and
So what do you
then
want to return? How do you get the perimeter?
2 times length times width.
Mhm.
So do I just 2L times 2W?
No, it's got to be length and width. So
I mean, but say it out. Do I put that in parentheses?
Nope.
You know, like if I was doing that, I would do like the number 2 in parentheses, L times W or something like that. Can I do that here?
you can, but you don't have to.
What would be the best way?
Because wait, it is a plus, right? It's 2 length plus 2 width. Yeah, so you would need.
Let's see. Wait a minute. I don't know how I did that. So I could do 2.
It's gonna be the same
Why is
line.
it dropping down that way?
No,
Am I
no,
hitting?
line. So you
Okay.
want it to be. You could do an open parentheses if you want, but you drop down again.
I think that I don't have my numbs lock on or something. Okay. 2 length
You got to do 2 times though.
times 2. Can I do it like that? Ooh,
No.
no. Okay.
It's going to be 2 asterisk length,
Okay.
and then it's plus 2 asterisk width, right? Isn't that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
Plus 2
asterisk.
width.
And you can put
Okay.
parentheses if you want. You shouldn't have to because multiplication has priority over.
Okay, I could have 2L plus W. Well, I'd have to say spell the words out because my variables aren't L and W.
Yes. Put a semicolon there. And then deal with all the crazy number of brackets you got laying around at the end. That's done.
Just use one.
You got the graveyard of brackets down there.
Get rid of. Okay. Okay, but I need a
You don't
second
have
one.
enough. So now somebody else, I can't remember who it was, said they keep adding them until it quits giving error messages. So now you're done. So
Okay,
that should work.
and I should be able to just go ahead and on my own, fingers crossed,
Mhm.
lots of prayers, import the scanner, do a public.
In a test program, not in here.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying my steps out loud.
Yeah.
Import the java.util scanner, and then the public class rectangle, and then another static void with the integers length and width, or just
No,
with
you'll have the main. In the main, you're going to create a new rectangle. Rectangle R is equal new rectangle 5, 4, whatever you want your numbers to be. Okay. And then you'll have to test the set or the get length, get width, set length, test the set length and set width, test the area, and then test the perimeter. Print out values for all.
okay.
That's all you do.
Okay, with the
David?
set method, yeah, a print.
David, I have a question.
Sure.
On Barbie's program, like where we were doing the default up there at the top when it was length equals 1 and width equals 1.
Uh-huh.
When I was looking in the book on at least in my book, it's page 338.
Okay.
It's figure 8.5.
338. Okay.
On lines like 11 and 12, is that kind of what they're doing there? They're setting the default to 0. Could you have done those lines like that?
I guess you could have. That looks weird to me. I'm not sure why they're doing that. But maybe that's what they want. That's possible.
Okay, I just wondered if that's kind of what they were doing when they were talking about defaulting.
Yeah, that could be. That does make some sense. And you would just have, I guess, 3 of those. But that seems weird. I think this will work. This is a little more work, but I think that was
Okay,
too.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm glad you found that because that I knew it was somewhere, but I could never. This book is not particularly organized well, I don't think, so I have a hard time finding things. But
I do too.
and the index is of no value at all. You go to the back of the book and it's like, yeah, it may be here somewhere.
Oh, I guess I should stop share.
You've shared enough. You're oversharing now.
Hey. I'm sensitive. Okay.
I'm
Thank
just
you all. Can we do this once a week at least?
We're gonna do it Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, we're gonna do
Okay.
that. So,
RB shouldn't take up 42 minutes. I'm sorry.
well, no one had any questions. If other people had questions, we would have done
Good
those.
work.
So,
I hadn't really started it, so thank you all. I still get hung up on formatting them.
anyone else have any other questions? If not, we'll go ahead and call it a night, and you guys can work on stuff, and we'll have Thursday if you have more questions on Thursday.
I won't be able to be here Thursday, but please record it. No,
I will
I'll
record
definitely
it.
watch it.
Yeah, and if you have questions, and you can't be here, go ahead and post them in the forum, and I'll address them even if you're not there.
Will do.
Okay.
Hope you get to feeling better, Jude.
Like I said, I drove all day yesterday. We left about 8:30 yesterday morning and stopped and saw our son and granddaughter and daughter-in-law. So we didn't get home until almost midnight last night. So just made for a really long day.
It does, that's for sure. Okay, well, we'll call it quits then, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Post to the forum or send me a message if you have any more questions.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
Thank
see guys
you.
later.